And so something else that I would invite you to do, and your listeners too, Ryan, is I see you're sitting down there and just taking a moment to notice and become more aware of your breath. You're not trying to change it, but just noticing your breath. And now I'm going to invite you to just put a big smile on your face, a bigger smile than you're even smiling. And so with this big smile and noticing your breath, now just bringing attention to the rest of your posture, noticing is how your spine is. Are you relaxed? Are your shoulders down? Is your jaw clenched? Is there space between your teeth? And the feet contact with the ground, whether you're sitting or standing. Maybe some people are sitting on the floor, wherever they are while they're listening to this. And now inviting you to, in your own way, take 3 deeper breaths. And you may want to imagine inhaling all the way into your belly like a baby, and exhaling out of your nose or your mouth, whatever feels best for you. So how are you feeling now, Ryan? And the second is confidence in relationship to your body. And I started off with Amy Cuddy, who is a researcher about body language. I'm going to invite you, Ryan, and the listeners here to take up a power pose, and it could be Wonder Woman. I've got my hands on my hips right now, whether you're sitting or standing, or or Superman or super person, being a superhero, Ryan. And then another is the victory sign. So raising your arms up. Well, anyway, so you're just achieved an amazing feat in whatever it is, like finishing a run or finishing a really hard set, right? And I'm just wondering, what do you notice from having done those couple of poses, Ryan?
I just feel more open, and because I can definitely feel like doing this, so it feels good. It feels great.
Yeah, it's very open, and so our bodies can lead how we can feel about ourselves, and that openness. And Amy Cuddy goes into the body language and what you're signifying to people as well with your body language.
So just to touch base what you're saying there, so would you recommend to ground, to deep breathing? So if I am in that state of looking and go, shoot, I have a deadline, I have to meet my boss, or I have to meet a certain thing that's due soon, and I'm freaking out, I feel anxious, I feel stressed, I feel tense. So would you guys recommend doing the breathing, the groundwork, and what would you kind of suggest for that?
Yeah, so that's exactly a really great place to do it. Just because oftentimes, I don't know if you've experienced this, Ryan, I have myself, and then with my clients, it's just you can in that overwhelm, in that seeing the deadline, and you're stressed out, you just almost freeze. And it's not an almost freeze, you do freeze and you get stuck, because you go into a survival aspect of looking at things. You don't feel safe, so you've gone into fight, flight, or freeze. And so to be able to step back from that, first of all, being able to recognize it, because sometimes but physically just like moving yourself from the environment. So if you're in a home office or office at work, or just like stepping away from the computer or the situation if you can. And if you can't actually step away, of just being able to take a pause, and even the pause in the breath, like an intentional breath, to help you be able to step back and observe what's happening rather than being caught up in it and being reactive. And I want to talk today about the idea, or the sense of unlocking your superpowers and confidence with well-being, which is, it's a different way to be looking at confidence, because usually it's about pushing through, pushing harder, and being very results focused. And my offering is that the confidence through alignment and through self-regulation in your body I wanted to actually offer a quote, and the quote is from someone I admire greatly and use her as a reference with talking with my clients. Amy Cuddy says, "Don't fake it till you make it. Fake it till you become it." And it's very much about that being, or just like, confidence isn't a commodity that you can just get, and which is a lot of people I see try to, and then it ends up being very challenging for them, and they're wondering and starting to get in their head and say, I'm failing. And so rather than leaning into the getting of confidence, it's just more of that beingness and that becoming confident, which is the embodied confidence. So that's kind of the premise of what I'd like to share today, Ryan. And so it's like, if you're like shaking that, and then you can even raise your arms a bit, or just kind of like when you see dogs when they get into an altercation and then they shake off, and they'll like shake that off. But we as human beings don't tend to do that. But we're like shaking off the energy. It's called trembling horse. It's lots of fun. You can even, if you want to, go, ooh, shake off. So you get to really physically shake that out of your body.
That is huge. That is amazing.